The train station bustled with travelers rushing to catch their connections, rolling suitcases echoing across the grand hall. Adrian Blackwell moved through the crowd with practiced ease, his tailored charcoal suit and confident stride marking him as someone important. At 37, he was the CEO of a multinational corporation, heading to Paris for a crucial merger negotiation. He was checking his ticket at the departure board when he felt a small tug on his jacket. Adrian looked down to find a little girl, perhaps 4 years old, with blonde curly hair and enormous blue eyes brimming with tears. She wore a pink dress and clutched a teddy bear to her chest. "Excuse me, sir," she said in a small, trembling voice. "My mommy's crying in the bathroom. She won't stop, and I don't know what to do." Adrian's business instincts vanished, replaced by immediate concern. He crouched down to her eye level. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Emma." A tear rolled down her cheek. "Mommy's really sad. She's been crying for a long time." Adrian glanced at his watch. His train left in 20 minutes. This was the most important business trip of his career. But looking at this frightened child, none of that seemed to matter. "Can you show me where your mommy is?" he asked gently. Emma nodded and took his hand, her tiny fingers wrapping around two of his. She led him through the crowd toward the restrooms near platform 7. Outside the women's bathroom, she stopped and pointed. "She's in there. I was waiting out here like she told me, but she's been in there so long." Adrian approached a woman passing by. "Excuse me, this little girl says her mother is in the bathroom and won't stop crying. Could you possibly check on her?" The woman nodded immediately. She entered the restroom and returned a moment later, her expression troubled. "There's a young woman in there, very upset. She says she's fine, but she's clearly not." Adrian made a decision. "Emma, what's your mommy's name?" "Olivia." "Olivia Parker." Adrian called into the bathroom entrance. "Miss Parker, my name is Adrian Blackwell. Your daughter Emma came to find me because she's worried about you. Could you please come out?" There was a long silence, then the sound of running water, and finally, a young woman emerged. She was perhaps 28, with the same blonde hair as Emma, wearing jeans and a simple sweater. Her eyes were red and swollen from crying. "Emma baby, I told you to wait outside." Olivia's voice cracked as she pulled her daughter close. "I'm so sorry, but she clearly wasn't okay." Adrian could see her hands shaking. Adrian gestured to a nearby bench. "Please, sit down. Can I get you some water?" Olivia sank onto the bench, Emma climbing into her lap. "There's no one to call. We're alone." She looked up at Adrian. "I'm sorry my daughter bothered you. Nothing more important than making sure you're both safe," Adrian said. He sat down on the bench. "What happened?" Olivia was quiet for a long moment. Then she began to speak. "We were supposed to get on a train to Manchester. My sister lives there, but when I went to buy our tickets, my card was declined. My ex-husband, he had access to my account from before the divorce. He cleaned it out. Everything I had saved, gone." Her voice broke. "I came in here because I didn't want Emma to see me fall apart, but I don't know what to do. I have 60 pounds in my purse, no job, and nowhere to go. Our apartment lease is up to..." Adrian felt anger surge through him. How could anyone do this to their own child? Emma looked up at her mother. "Are we going to be okay, Mommy?" Olivia tried to smile. "Yes, baby. Mommy will figure something out." Adrian looked at this woman trying so hard to be strong for her daughter, and he made a decision that would change all their lives. "Miss Parker, I'm going to help you," he said firmly. Olivia shook her head. "I can't accept Cherry." "This isn't Cherry." Adrian pulled out his phone. "I'm calling my assistant. She's going to book you and Emma a hotel room for the next week. That gives you time to figure out your next steps." "I can't afford a hotel," Olivia protested. "I can," Adrian said simply. "And I'm going to." He made the call, arranging for a suite at a good hotel. Then he turned back to Olivia. "Now, about your ex-husband emptying your account. That's theft. I have lawyers on retainer. I'm going to have one of them call you tomorrow." Olivia stared at him. "Why are you doing this?" Adrian looked at Emma. "Because your daughter was brave enough to ask for help. Because no child should have to worry about whether they'll have a place to sleep tonight. And because I have the resources to help." He paused. "Also, My mother raised me alone after my father left. I remember watching her cry when she thought I was asleep. I was too young to help her then, but I'm not too young anymore." Olivia began to cry again, but these were different tears. Tears of relief, of unexpected kindness. Adrian had his assistant arrange everything. He had a car service take them to the hotel, along with money for meals. He gave Olivia his business card. "Call me if you need anything else," he said. As the car pulled away, Emma pressed her face against the window, waving. He waved back, feeling something shift in his chest. He'd missed his train. The merger would have to be rescheduled. But standing there, watching that car carry a mother and daughter toward safety, Adrian felt something he hadn't felt in years, that his life had actual meaning. Over the following weeks, Adrian's lawyer helped Olivia recover her stolen money. Adrian also connected her with a job opportunity at one of his company's partner firms. He visited them a few times, ostensibly to check on their progress, but really, because he found himself drawn to their resilience. 3 months later, Adrian sat in a park watching Emma play on the swings. Olivia sat beside him. "I got the apartment," she said, smiling. "We move in next week." "That's wonderful," Adrian said. "I wanted to thank you again," Olivia continued. "You saved us that day. You did the hard work. I just helped clear the path." Emma ran over. "Adrian, did you see how high I went?" "I did. You're getting very good." Emma climbed onto the bench between them. "Are you going to be my friend forever?" Adrian looked at Olivia, then at Emma. "Yes," he said. "I'm going to be your friend forever." 1 year later, Adrian stood in Olivia's apartment, now decorated and feeling like a real home. He'd been a constant presence in their lives, and somewhere along the way, friendship had deepened into something more. He and Olivia had started dating 6 months ago. "Ready?" Olivia asked, adjusting his tie. Tonight, he was going to ask Emma if she'd be okay with him proposing to her mother. They sat together after dinner, Emma between them on the couch. "Emma, I need to ask you something important," Adrian began. "I'd like to ask your mom to marry me. Would that be okay with you?" Emma's eyes grew huge. "You want to be my dad?" "I'd be honored to be your dad." Emma threw herself into his arms. "Yes, yes." Later that night, Adrian got down on one knee and asked Olivia to marry him. She said yes before he'd even finished asking. As they sat together on the couch, Adrian thought about that day in the train station, about a little girl brave enough to ask for help, about missing his train and finding his family instead. If this story reminded you that sometimes the detours in life lead us exactly where we need to be, please give it a like and share it. Subscribe for more heartwarming stories about unexpected kindness. Leave a comment about a time when helping a stranger changed your life.